Hey guys, this is Sona. With the deepening of China's economic development and opening up, more and more international talents choose to pursue their dreams in China. And today we are happy to be joined by Jixiang, who's a talent development specialist of a large IT enterprise, to talk about his feelings working in Jinan. Hi Jixiang, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also. Very happy to be here today.
So how many years have you been living here in Jinan?
I've been in Jinan now for almost 6 years.
How do you feel about this city? Do you like it?
I like Jinan. It's a little bit quieter and not so packed as some of the really big cities. So a little bit more what I'm used to.
How you came to be here in the job and settle down in Jinan?
Well, I lived in Dongbei for 8 years. Then I went back to Canada for 7 years and decided to come back to China. When we're in China, I made a list of cities I prefer to live in and cities I prefer not to live in. And I started my job hunting. And at that time, I found a company in Qingdao, but they had an office here in Jinan. And they needed somebody to come to this office. And so I came here.
So how do you like your job? Is it challenging? Because, I hear the term talent development or human resources all the time, but it's a quite obscure and confusing job title. So what exactly do you do?
My job is to help the company reach their goals, and a company can't reach their goals if their people don't have the right talents or the right skills. So I work with people to improve maybe their email writing, maybe their presentation skills so they can give speeches, maybe their customer relation skills, and of course doing this in English so that when they do interact with customers or partners from North America or Europe, there's also that cultural learning so that they can better do their job.
From your perspective as a talent development specialist, what characteristics do you think an IT elite should have?
I think a lot of people stereotype IT people. There's different kinds of people. Some are people who like to talk with people, like to interact with people. Some people are more introverted where they prefer to work with a computer or a phone and don't really enjoy interacting with people as much. And so a lot of people in the IT industry, not all of course, are more into computers. I think it's important that they develop both sides and have a balance because every business in the world is a people business. You can't do business without people skills. So I think it's about balancing that.
What's the difference between working in Jinan and in Canada?
There are definitely differences. And I think a lot of it is some of the cultural differences. And so I guess the one that pops into my mind the most is in Canada, I'd have no problems disagreeing openly with my boss. But if I'm in China, I'd probably be more careful about disagreeing with my boss, especially in a big meeting.
You must have learned that in recent years, Jinan has launched the construction of digital government, society, and economy. So have you found any changes about it?
I think it's just how things are easier to do. For example, I first came to China in 2002. And everything you did, you had to go to a government office to do, right? Now here we are 20 years later, a lot of things, there's apps, and you could just do things online. For example, filing your taxes. You could just do it through an app, and it all gets submitted in. So a lot of things like that are much easier to process.
If you can only recommend one thing in Jinan to your friends and relatives in Canada, what would it be?
Oh, hard to say one thing. Because I'm from Canada, where it often gets to -30 or -40, I really like the Jinan winters. It's only maybe -5 or -10. So if you're in cold Canada, it's nice to come in Jinan in the winter when it's not too cold. As far as Jinan, there's lots of special food here. One that I really like is the bazaro. Bazaro, I don't even know what the English translation would be, but it's a pork dish. So that's very delicious. And I guess the other one is, what is it?
Sweet and sour carp.
Yes, sweet and sour carp. The fish is sitting up on the plate like that, so it makes a nice presentation to it too.
Thank you for talking me through, and wish you a happy life and work in Jinan.
Okay, wishing you a happy journey here also, and we'll see you around soon.
In recent years, to attract more outstanding talents, Jinan has systematically sorted out, optimized, and improved its talent policies, and also improved openness and concentration of foreign talents. We are now in a great era that calls for talents and also creates talents. We hope that foreign friends can feel the rapid development of Jinan and at the same time work hand in hand with us to create a livable social environment.